Well, here we go. Now we're getting a bunch of sleet. Sleet outside. What is going on with this weather?
Well, good morning, and it looks like we might actually have a fairly nice day today, although far off in the distance, the cloud cover over there looks a little bit thicker and fuller. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm on the bus here, and I'm just tinkering around again. It's still chilly. Now, the sun was out earlier, probably as you saw, but it's just in the mid-40s, and it's quite breezy out. And I'm not turning the heat on, but I am going to putt around on the bus here a little bit. I got two doors up here, and they're going to come back down, so I got to do more painting, more coats, and all that stuff. But I just want to putt around and see how it's going to look. I like what I'm seeing so far. These are the hinges I found laying around here that Dad had. Not hinges, the handles. And then I went and ordered hinges that kind of were matching as far as like the rustic brushed brass type look. So what I got to do now is I got to put the one in the middle up. I'm just going to take you through the process of what I'm doing to put the handles on and the hinges in case you're interested. But, you know, there's more than one ways to do it. This is just how it's working for me. So hopefully you enjoy it and come along and I'll show you the process that I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to try and give you a unique angle. I actually got you in one of the cabinets looking down. So, you know, there's more than one ways to do this, but I really am just kind of eyeballing it. I was going to make a jig, but I have several different size doors and the jig would only work one way. So I've just decided I'm going to eyeball each of them and do it that way. And what I'm doing for this, I'm just kind of centering this with here and here. So I'm just bring that down a little bit. And once I get it where I want it, I know roughly where the holes are underneath. So I'm making little lines. Hopefully I don't block this for you. So I'm making little lines roughly where I know the hole is underneath. And once I've done that, I just turn it and just verify. Line the hole up and make sure I'm good. Then I know the thickness of these, so I'm centering it. So that part I am using a measuring device, in this case a tape measure. So I'm just marking my center right lined up with my line that I made there. And if you ask why I'm on the one and not the end, it's much easier to see. If you put on the end here, then you know there's always a little bit of variance there. So if you just go right to the number 1 or 2 or whatever and just get your center mark, I just find that a little bit more accurate. Now, the next thing we need to do is drill a hole. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and line up. Like again, hopefully, I'm sure I'm going to block some of this for you, but maybe I'll move the camera. So I'm just lining up with my center line and then lining up with my line that I made for where the hole is. I'm just taking my time. I'm going slow. I've got my finger on the back side so I can feel the bit come through gently because I don't want it to break out the back. All right, I feel the bit, so I move my finger. All right, I'll do the same thing here. Take an extra minute to line it up with the center. There's that. These were used handles, so I had to hunt down screws for them, and I hunted down a bunch, and they're not really long enough to go through this and into this. So what I'm doing is I'm just countersinking the back here just a little bit with a little bit larger bit. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and that down through. Just line this up on here. You won't be able to see it really good, but I'm just lining that up. I guess I can put it like this and hold it there, hopefully. It's not how I was doing it, but I can do it this way for at least this one screw for you. All right, and once it's started on there, I don't want to tighten it up yet. Now I'm just going to get it in the position so I can do a second screw in there. Here's the other two that I didn't have on camera work perfect. So the one I show you is off. Not always the way. I got that lined up. And go ahead and snug these down. Not go too tight, just snug. And there's my handle. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is get the hinges on. I got it on a couple of gloves here just so I'm not grinding it into my countertop, and the handle is actually hanging off the end over here. Let's go ahead and open up the hinges here. So I'm putting a very small bit because I want to do some pilot holes. And once again, I'm doing this just by eye. Probably not the best way to do it, but I'm taking this tip right here and making it flush with the top of the door. And then I'm just holding in tight. Hopefully you can see this. And then I'm just pre-drilling in the center of these holes. Don't go all the way through. And if anything, I am actually going in on the hole ever so slightly so the hinge is pulled tight to the door. What I mean by that, if the hole is that way and I tighten up, it's going to push this hinge back and it's going to be loose back here. It's going to have a space. So I'm putting the holes just slightly inward so that it won't do that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put these screws in, and I'll repeat that on the next hinge in just a second here. Line that up with the end and drill my 3 pilot holes. So now I got my hinges on the door and I got my handle on. Now I got to move back over to the cabinet to install it up top there. As far as this goes, it doesn't matter if it's this way or this way, it's just my preference. And then I'm just gonna center it between these. What I'm gonna do is hold it on there. I know I have just shy of 3/4 on the bottom and the top. Make sure they're lined up. I'll get my tape measure, make sure my spacing is still correct. Another thing I could do is just put a board across the bottom of these two and set it on there. That actually might be a little bit easier. So let's use the level. There we go. All right, so now I know for sure I got my height correct. What I want to make sure is I have my spacing between them correct. What I'm going to do is take the pencil and I'm going to put a little dot in each one of those holes, right where the center is. Just going to put the pencil in there gently, carefully, and give it a little twist. All right, so I got the holes marked. I can go ahead and take this down. Now in this particular hinge set, these screws for mounting this hinge to your cabinet are longer than the ones that went into the door itself. So make sure you use the right ones when you do it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put the door back up in there, and I can put that in there like that so I don't lose my screw. That lined up with the first hole there. And I'm not making it tight. I'm just starting it a little bit so it holds it there. And then I'll go ahead and put the bottom one in. And there we have it. But now I have 3 doors. And they do have a little bit of a spring action to them, so when they get closer they will close. And these particular hinges also came with a package of bumpers that I can put on each door so it doesn't make that slamming noise. It'll actually bump on these bumpers, and you can buy these too. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you out a little bit. And I will point out these hinges are pre-loaded with a little bit of a spring to them. So when you put them on, you put them up there, you're going to see they're not sitting flat against the cabinet. And when you screw them tight, they'll flatten, and that'll help keep your door closed. That's why it's got that little spring to it. So when you first put them up there, you'll notice that they're not setting flat. And that's because when you screw them tight, it's giving a little bit of tension holding that door closed. So if you let it go there, it springs closed. Same with all these. So there, I got 3 doors up. And again, they're going to come back down because we'll end up doing some painting. But now, I got, and these 2 are probably ones we use a lot right here. But I got 2 on this side to do, a bunch down here, all over the bus. So I guess I'm just gonna close this video out here because it's quite a bit of just that. I'll just leave it as this and just kind of show you around here real quick a little bit. So yeah, I got these 2 to do, and of course I got all the ones down here to do. And of course I got all these doors that I got to go in place, and I got these back here to do. A lot of stuff. So anyway, yeah, just one step closer. I think they look good. Once everything gets the final paint job, which is still far off, I still got to fix this too. I got plans to fix this, bring that up tight, and we're going to be building an archway up there. Lots of things planned. But I'm going to go ahead and probably close this video out here. Well, I'll wait because it's still early in the day. See if I do anything else, because I might edit this down. It won't be a lot. It won't be as long as it is right now. So stay tuned. We'll get back to you before the day's over and show you where I end up landing. It's sunny out at the moment, but it's windy. I'm going to go check on my brother, see what he's doing in his bus. Also, if you're interested, he's building a bus too. Check him out. It's Finding Mark in Maine on YouTube. So check that out as well. Well, it's another Monday, and I just got the grocery shopping done. And hey, you know what? They got pretty much everything back in stock. I didn't buy toilet paper, but they had it. I probably should have bought some, but I didn't. I still have plenty. I didn't buy any during this whole prices. Yeah, they had paper towels, they had toilet paper, they had everything else. There was still some light spots, but for the most part, they had everything I needed. I did notice that they have aisles. I didn't actually notice until I was halfway through the store that the aisles have enter and exit sides now to them, but nobody was adhering to it because people are so accustomed to going shopping. They get their stuff, they know the aisles they want to be in, and you know, half the aisles I wanted to go down said don't enter, this is the exit side, but everybody was going every which way, so it was really kind of pointless at this point, from what I could tell. And like I said, I didn't even notice them until I was almost done the whole store. They were a pretty good size, but you know, you're just so used to going in and getting the product that you want and look at what side of the aisle you're supposed to start in. So anyway, that was that, but I'm gonna head home and unload, and it's another crappy rainy day. We're dealing with more freaking rain. This doesn't seem to want to stop for us. But when I came through town, I actually noticed how empty the town was. The cars, all the storefronts were empty. So I'll go back through and I'll show you. You can see there's like no cars on the road, except for a few. But like usually this would be a busy intersection. A Monday morning, nothing for traffic compared to what you would normally see. That's funny, I came down through here, there was not a single car because pretty much all your businesses are closed. So there's very few cars parked on the side. Just, yeah, empty. Not normal. Not normal at all. Well, good morning, and we had a beautiful day yesterday. I did a bunch of work down the drive. We probably can't see from here, but there's some piles of loam. I've been doing a lot of work on the side of the driveway, cleaning things up, just trying to get the driveway in better shape so there's less puddling in it. So I'm really digging down the sides, and maybe I'll show you a little bit about that later on, and cleaning some stuff out of the woods. See that old satellite dish down there? It's been out in the woods forever. We used to have that hooked up years ago. But it was beautiful yesterday, and if the sun comes out and stays out, it will be beautiful today. But there's still a lot of clouds in the sky, as you can see behind me there. But yeah, I'm getting ready to deliver some paint down to my aunt. She wanted to borrow some paint, and I'm waiting for somebody to stop by and pick up a tool they wanted to borrow. So a lot of little things going on today. But I hope the sun stays out. Sun's nice warm, just the air is still cold. It's only about 48 degrees right at the moment. I even put a call into a guy. I saw a sign that says free tree cutting, which I'm always skeptical because they're gonna want something, I would think. And I don't mind if they take the trees, which is fine. But the problem is that most of the trees we have that I need cut down are pines, and they're really not very valuable, so they may not do it, which I understand. But I called them anyways. Got a bunch of trees on the side of the driveway down there I want to cut, have taken down, and a few others as well. We'll see. He hasn't called back yet. And I see my person waiting, coming to pick up the tool is on their way. I see him way down the road coming in. So I'll let you go. Get back with you later. Hi everybody, I am just out doing some stuff today. I was helping a friend moving a bunch of cabinetry. I have a trailer on the back there. I don't know if you can see it or not. But just getting some stuff done, and of course we're still in the middle of this coronavirus thing, so I'm not interacting with anybody new, of course, and the roads are still pretty empty. It's now April something, I don't know what it is, April maybe 16th, 17th, something like that, middle of April. So yeah, I think these videos are running probably quite a ways behind, so maybe I'll start releasing a bunch just to get caught up, because I think I got probably 8 or 9 videos again. I was going to release a bunch before, but I ended up not doing that because I had a spell where I wasn't recording anything. So I got caught up anyways when I released. Anyways, just kind of chat. Alright, I got to make a few turns in town here, so as you can see, the streets are pretty empty. There's a few vehicles, of course, but nothing like it normally is. Okay, it's April. We are just not getting a spring here in Maine. If you look outside, it's hard to tell, but it is actually
snowing, albeit it's a wet snow, and I'm certainly not going to need to plow. But they said we could get about three or 4 inches today, potentially. I don't think we will, but yeah, like April 17th, April 18th, it's like 32 degrees and wet snow. Well, let's see what the day brings today. Well, I got a bunch of stuff done today, but it's getting closer to the end of the day. But I did get something, and I'm on the bus, as you can see. And I'll go ahead and open this up for you and show you what I got. And I think I went a little bit overboard with the cord. Sorry, I had to read the text. But yeah, this is a 50 amp power cord. Look at the size of that. So it's 50 feet. I wanted plenty. And let's see if I can get the other one. I can show you the difference. So every camper, I mean, I've gone camping a ton in the past and rented them, and we've had them, but I never really paid attention to the cord size. This is 30 amp, and you really can't get a... I'm all caught up here. Can't get a good judge of a different size unless you put them together. I'm just dragging the thing down the aisle. Hopefully you can see this difference. Look at that. That is a big difference in size. So at any rate, that's what I got. It wasn't cheap, but I will not have to worry about power. And if I ever someday decide to put 2 ACs in here, which I have no plans on doing, but if I ever were to, I will have the power to do it. So, you know, I'm putting in a regular house box back there, as you know. So if I supply with 50 amp service, I should be in good shape. But anyway, yeah, that's in. That's the end there. It plugs in. I got a couple adapters coming too, because a lot of places don't have 50 amp. And then of course I got the, oh my god, it's heavy. This is the screw-in type that locks into that the piece I put on the side of the bus. So this will slide in, and then this ring locks it in place. So there it is. And of course there's the dinky little 30 amp one. But that's okay. 30 amp is plenty. And if I'd have known, you know, really thought about it, I really didn't need the 50 amp, but I got it now. That's what it's going to be. But I'm not working on the bus today. It's Saturday, and I have to pack my stuff up at home, and I come over and cover and take care of Mom for the remainder of the weekend. So I'm going to head home, finish up stuff over there, and then I'll come back. Then I'll be coming back over here and caring for Mom. I keep getting messages, so I'm a little jumbled up here. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh, finally getting some nice weather, Mom.
Yeah.
So we're off for a walk. What is it, April 17th or April 18th?
Something like that.
Rain, rain, rain. Finally some beautiful weather. Mark usually takes it for walks, but it happens to be Sunday with a nice day, and so I thought we'd go for a quick walk.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take it. Then you get back looking on the driveway too. Want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Saying hi to yourself?
Yeah.
Well, looks like I know what a very fast approaching project is going to be. Yeah, I went to leave somewhere yesterday from a spot. I noticed my tire was flat. I was able to get air in it, and it stayed up enough to get home, which was only about a mile away. When I got out, I heard the hissing here at home, so I found the screw that's in it. There it is right there. So I gotta get that screw out and get it plugged, but for now I gotta go grocery shopping. It's Monday. I think it's gonna be the only sunny day of the week, so we'll see how this is gonna work out and what I can get done. I'll be very upset if it doesn't have at least a little bit more sun besides today, so I can get that tire fixed, among other things.
But for now, we're off to the grocery store. Well, I just finished shopping. When I got here, there was probably like 4 or 5 people in line to get in. And now the line is the whole length of the building. It's pretty crazy. Everything inside is pretty good. They do have one-way lanes and stuff, but nobody's following it. Same thing at Hannaford. This is Market Basket. I get why they're trying to do it, but it just, people are accustomed to go into the aisles that they use, get their products and get out. And that's pretty much what everybody's doing. They're just going to the aisles that they typically shop at. And it happened to me at Hannaford. I didn't even notice the signs until I was 3/4 of the way through. And I just talked to another gentleman and a wife, husband and wife. I heard him saying, I didn't even know those arrows. And I go, hey, I did the same thing too. You know, you're so used to coming in doing your shopping that you didn't even notice it. You know, they're halfway through their shopping or even more before they realize that, you know, there's arrows on the floor saying one way. With that said, you know, the employees are not giving anybody a hard time. People are still being very respectful about space and all that. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I went up and then I was like a quarter way up an aisle going the correct way, got what I wanted. I didn't need to go to the other end of the store. I turned around and went back out, you know. So, but again, people are being respectful. I didn't see any issues. I just feel bad that it's such a long wait because they're trying to keep the distance. But it is what it is. Boy, I'll be glad when this is over. So yeah, you can see probably the line starts right there at the door, goes down the whole front of the building. Of course, it's long because everybody's 6 to 8 feet apart, but it keeps on going. I think it's about 50-50 on people wearing the masks. So, but you can see the line here. Goes all the way down the front of the building, all the way down to here, and more people are getting in line as we speak. So yeah, there's definitely a long wait to get in, so you definitely want to put some thought into your shopping so when you get in there you can get your stuff and not have to go back. Well, good morning everybody. It is April 21st or 22nd, and look at all that frost. Whole backyard is frost. 36 degrees at the end of freaking April. When is it ever gonna warm up? Well, as I said, it was frost on the ground this morning. So I'm gonna light Tracy got the fireplace going. I'm just coming out here and getting some wood that I cut up the other day. And I can use this. Take the chill off. And save on some more oil. I don't like the cold as much as I used to. Thought I had some more, but I guess that's it for the moment. We'll get that back to the house. Oh yeah, I had some of this old rotted stuff. I guess I put... Oh yeah, I cut all this up. This stuff is seasoned the whole season, so... Birch you really can't let sit for a whole season. It just rots too fast. You could cut it at the beginning of the season and burn it come winter or fall. I'll grab a couple more of the rotted ones over here. Can always come back out. I got a lot more stuff I want to cut up too out here.